What are you doing over there? Greetings. Hello, everyone. Greetings. Hold on a sec. I gotta put on some glasses so I can see. Happy Thanksgiving to our Americans and anybody who celebrates Thanksgiving, even maybe twice, because Canada had their Thanksgiving in October. But we can have another Thanksgiving. It's okay. You can have two. I don't mind. No wonder I didn't see you guys. You guys, it's not even on. Oh, I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Linda G, hello. Be creative, hello. Jenna, Christopher, hello. How are you doing? Look at all you lovelies. I hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving. Maybe just hanging out in your craft room, because that's always fun. We like hanging out in the craft room. That's why we're here today. And I'm just rearranging so I can figure out where I'm going with all this, because I don't know. And then we're going, no. No, don't do that. Yes, we're going to do this. Why is this so big? Scooch? Yep, sound good. Good. Aw, thank you. I always try to come with a smile. If I can't get out of bed and be like, we're gonna craft, I would just not show up, because what fun would that be? But I did sleep in, because you guys, no Thanksgiving Day parade for me, because we were watching movies last night. We watched Craven. We watched the new Frankenstein movie that's available. All of these are on Netflix. And then we watched Havoc with Tom Hardy. What was the first movie we watched? I just told you. Craven, Frankenstein, and Havoc. You guys, they're all kind of violent movies. If you're an animal lover who doesn't like animals getting hurt no matter what, maybe not watch Craven and the second one, because Frankenstein, yeah, don't watch Frankenstein and don't watch Craven if you can't handle the animals. Oh, that's okay. Parade wasn't that great in your opinion. I'm sorry. That kind of sucks. But today is Use It Thursday, because it's this Thursday. I don't even know. What Thursday is this, you guys? This is the 4th Thursday. So the 4th Thursday is supposed to be Sublimation Thursday. But because of the holiday, we switched. Next month is going to be the same thing. Next month, the 3rd Thursday is going to be Sublimation. And the 4th Thursday is going to be Use It. So in the comments, if you want to see me use another tool that I might have, because I got lots. You can say, hey, I want to see this next Thursday. Okay, wait, okay. You can go away now. Nope. I clicked it and made it. Wait, what just happened? Are you guys still there? I see Cordelia. I accidentally closed the wrong thing. Well, so I didn't close the wrong thing. I closed it improperly, and it closed all the things. Okay, comments are still rolling in. Okay, Cordelia. They're saying hi to Cordelia. All right. Today we have a thing that we don't use a lot. And we don't know why we don't use it a lot, because it makes beautiful stuff. And we're going to use it today. We're going to use it today because, well, it makes beautiful stuff. And that thing is the Better Press. Okay? The Better Press. What is the Better Press? The Better Press is another gadget that costs money, that uses plates, a plate system like Glimmer hot foil plate system uses plates. Okay. This uses plates, and I didn't pull out a single, here we go. This one was specifically made for this machine, whereas these were made for the other machine. But we should be able to use them all in this machine, because even Spellbinders, where's, you guys, I just had, no I didn't, I think I put it back. So, Spellbinders is even marketing their hot foil as a duo, a foil and letterpress. So they're saying, hey, you can use this in both systems. So it's a twofer. It's a twofer. Walk to the computer, sit my napping on the sofa. Okay, so are they all created equal? We don't know. We got these from Crafter's Companion, but we're going to try them out. We're going to try them out. They make me a little bit sad because they're ginormous. They don't fit on an A2 size. Exactly. But we're going to make it work. So don't worry. Don't worry. And then, yeah, we're just going to try some different stuff. We're going to show you how it actually works with the original stuff, and then wonder why our board is warped. I wonder if this is because of how I store it, which I store it like this. So, I'm going to try not to store it like that anymore. There are shims. It comes with shims. Do we need the shims? I don't know. I don't know if we use the shims or not. I think I do. I think we just leave it the way it is. But I'm going to take the shims out and see, because I don't know. So another thing I do, because I watched people try to clean this mat, right? So it's magnet. So your stuff, plop, it sticks. It's not going nowhere. So then you can set your paper on, do the paper, and then things stay in place, right? Things stay in place. However, when you ink this up, ink gets everywhere. And watching people try to clean this, I was like, I don't want to be that person. So what I did is I made a piece of acetate just for this. And then I just use a piece of washi, aka mint tape. Janice says I always just leave the shims in. See, I'm just wondering though, because like, are the shims there so that if you're using these, because I feel like sometimes these might be a little thicker, but I don't know. Do we take them out for the knot? These? I don't know. Some of the letterpress, Better Press, okay, some of them, I mean, look at that. Yeah, we had extra inky stuff. It was not pretty. So, this is how this goes, right? You have your acetate, and you can plop your thing down, and you can go to town. So we ink it. What do we ink it with? Ink it with whatever you want to ink it with. There's no judgment here. We're gonna try the new squishy pads. Squishy pad. Hey, squishy pad, what is that? There's actually something in my squishy pad. Please hold. It's fuzz. Fuzz collecting. You see, did you see how it balled up? Even though it's just a piece of fuzz, I can't even. It like absorbed the ink and then made it all bumpy because it just wicked it out of there. And not in a John Wick kind of way either. Okay. Anna Marette, hello, hello. So, gentle taps. That's what we're going for today. Oh, you know what? Let's not do that first. Let's not say we did, okay? We need paper. Because when we put ink on there, we want to be able to put our paper down. Look at that. It can go any way. You see that? But I think it fits better that way, right? But yeah, it can go either way. So, we're going to use ours so we can read it from this end. So, I know how we're just going to make it like this. We're going to make it like that. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to attach our paper to it. Like this. And how are we going to attach it? Again, with the mint tape. Because that's what we're using. And I should probably use a piece of paper that's not wrinkly. But you know what? We're going to use what we have. And that is wrinkly paper. Just like so. And then we can go just like so. So make sure the side that you want inky is facing down here. Like so. Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Okay, here we go. Now we can go. Tamara, hello, hello. Jonna Watson, hello, hello. Thank you guys for popping in today. I hope our new joiners are also doing well. Okay, you know what I'm inking? Because my thing is all popped out. We're not inking what we need to be inking. Maybe. Let's try that again. Okay, this one is not... You guys, this is what we find out in the midst of making things. Pick that up. We're going to clean that. Because that's going to go all over the place, and we don't want that. Okay, let's try this again. You stay there. Can we do it this way? We need you to be inky, and I want to use this new color. This is not the best way to do this. But my pad is sticking up. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't have any issues when we're inking stamps though, because I've used this on stamps before. But these are a lower profile. These are lower profile. So we're just going to deal with it. Okay. We're going to take that and we're going to drop it on there. Okay. Okay. Are we okay with that? I think so. But we're not okay with that because we got a little bit of ink there. It's okay though. Okay, and then another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add one piece of tape to hold this acetate to this acetate. We're holding the acetate to acetate right there. Will it stay? Who knows? But it'll be good enough. Okay, the other thing you need for the better press, because it's better, make sure that's all down. We're going to go ahead and flip this. We're going to put it so we can read it. Okay. The other thing you need is a die cutting machine. I have the Spellbinders. This is by Spellbinders. But you can use other die cutting machines. You just have to read the Spellbinders list, because they're pretty good. They do test other machines, and they'll let you know if it fits. Like, they'll tell you, do not run it through your Geminis. This will not go through the Geminis. It's not on the list. Okay? But some of your other regular ones might be. Then we just plop it in here. Plop it in, plop it in. And then as we spin, okay, the fun thing is this is not touching, the paper's not touching the die until it starts to go through. And then it's spring loaded. And it's kind of cool. And then it's like, oh no, did it even work? Because, like, it's really loose. And maybe it didn't, because we took out the shims. We took out the shims, and we're okay with that. We're always okay, because it's an experiment, because we don't remember. We don't remember nothing. And we should probably put a note in here, leave in the shims. But we're going to pop this off. And we're going to look together and be like, oh, Joy, look at that. Oh, isn't that crispy? Oh, 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 that's nice. Oh, speaking of, oh, that's nice. You guys need to put in your, oh, that's nice, form. And you know what? I don't even know where that form's at. Please hold. I'm going to get you the form. So as a fun little thing, okay, it is going to be, you know what? I'm going to pay the postage. It'll be fine. It'll be international, everybody. So whoever wins, right? Oh, that's nice giveaway. Okay. So it's been brought to my attention that I say, oh, that's nice quite often. So let's play. Guess how many times I will say, oh, that's nice during my birthday celebration week. All guesses are due on or before midnight Eastern time, November 30th. November 30th, you guys. That's coming up. On December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, I will be live on my channel every day. We will be giving out a word of the day, and we will be creating. I will have a guest. My guests can create whatever they want. I will be doing Simon Hurley products, because it's just a thing that I thought of. The month of December is gonna we're gonna do all stuff, because I love December. We love Simon Hurley stuff. We're gonna do all Simon Hurley stuff, right? So that is my task. My goal is to make things with Simon Hurley stuff. Anyways, but so December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's 6 days of lives. 6 days of card making. On those 6 days, I'm going to be saying, oh, that's nice. But how many times am I going to say it? It's like a jar of jelly beans. How many jelly beans are in the jar? How many times is Elizabeth going to say, oh, that's nice, during the 1st and the 6th? And we'll get some people to help us count them, shout them out like she said it. And then I will have a tally we'll have a little tally thing that says, oh, that's nice, and we'll put little marks. And the person that gets closest without going over will win the prize. And I still have to make the prize, but it's going to be a fabulous prize. So it'll be an oh, that's nice prize. So the link I'm copying right now. This is the link to the form. Okay. You have to get your guesses in. No shocker there. If you use something else besides Summoner, I would be worried. I know, but it's going to be all month long. All month. Because, you know what? They make me happy, right? Ranger, Simon Hurley, they send me all the Simon Hurley things. First, for the Ranger stuff, I of course don't get all the Simon Hurley things because some of it is through. Guys, why are we putting? Don't put that away. Don't put that away. We need this. Leave it open. The stuff that is just die cuts from. We're gonna pick that up. We're gonna clean that later because I don't mind. We're gonna go for the J today. You guys, do you guys see what just happened? It's backwards. It's backwards. Oh my gosh. You guys, I didn't notice it with the O because the O is an O. And Terry Cooper, hello, hello. What's the difference between putting it in the machine and using Misty Stamp Well? These are metal. These are metal. Okay. That's why I can use my magnet to pick them up. So they're not going to stick. You would have to put double stick tape on them to get them to do anything, right? So if you put double stick tape on them and then ink them up like I did, because we can ink them up. So if you didn't purchase this, right, you would ink it up and set it. Well, maybe you could do it like this. Let's find out. Well, since we kind of ruined that one, let's go this route, right? Since these are metal. And the other thing, too, is if you're not using the pressure of the machine to push the die into the paper, you're not going to get that raised feeling, which I don't have the raised feeling because we took out the shim. We took out the shim. So if you took this and you just stamped it like a stamp, okay, there's that. Terry Cooper! Oh, thank you! So that's using it as a stamp, which is kind of cool. I mean, it gives a little bit of texture, but it's not going to do the pressing into the paper or anything like that. So, well, that was weird. What'd that just do? So, yeah. It's designed to need that pressure. So if you don't do the pressure, you're not gonna get the Butamus. You're gonna get that. Okay, so let's pull this off and let's try this the right way, you guys. Let's make sure we can read read our doodad, because that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, that's like really funny. Okay, there we go. There we go. Better press. We can actually read that. And we're just going to put that little bit of tape right there, just kind of hold everybody together. Then we're going to redo this because we mucked it up. And that's fine. It's no biggie. We mucked it up, and we're just going to do it again. We're going to toss that to the side. We're going to grab our paper, and we're going to put it solid versus grunge, right? Okay, and then we're going to look at our A2, and we're going to do right in the middle of our A2. Okay. So our paper's cut a little bit small, which is fine. We don't mind. But what we're going to do is just make sure that when we put our tape on, that we're going to have the room and not ink the tape, because I've done that. Okay, so that's going to go like that. That's going to go like that. We're going to ink up our O again. We're getting better at inking, though, because we've done it a few times. Look at that. Nice and inky. We could call this a hack. Right? You guys. I don't know about you guys, but I've been watching some videos. I watch a lot of videos and a lot of shorts. And there's these ones that come up and they're like, oh, this hack. 3 new hacks. And I'm like, all right, what are you doing with this that is a new hack? And I just, yay. I want to get, okay, you're being ridiculous. Please hold. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But we're going to fix it. We'll fix that little dot I did. I don't even know. Okay. That's going to be so inky. But, so I turned on the video and she was like, she didn't say like hack 1, hack 2, hack 3. Which, if you're going for, hey, let's check out some of these hacks, I feel like you would be pointing out the hacks. And I watched the video once, and I was like, where's the hack? Because they talked about putting the paper on the thing. And I'm like, well, that's how it's intended. Like, they made the thing so that you could put the paper on that way. Like, that's not a hack. That's how it's intended. And then as I'm watching it the second time, I realized that the second hack is also what the machine is intended for. And I'm like, again, not a hack. And then the third hack, again, what the thing was designed to do. And I'm like, and then I was upset, so I shared it with a friend, and I'm like, did I miss something? And they reassured me that I did not, that they were not hacks. And I googled hack versus intended, right? What it's intended for, or the other thing. I can't remember the word I used, but yeah. And I was like, see. And it wasn't a hack. They were not hacks. So, companies, if you're going to say it's a hack, it needs to be something that was not intended for the machine or the product or whatever. Like re-inkers. If you have re-inkers, a hack would be to use them like watercolors. Squeeze them into a pan, add a bunch of water, and use them like watercolors. Because they were not intended to be watercolors. They were intended to go onto your ink pad. Therefore, a hack would be use it like watercolors.
So anyways, I just need to get that off my shelf. Off my shelf. Get it off my shelf. My shelf. Get it off my chest, you guys. So if you're watching those hack things and you're like, I don't get it, join the club. Join the club, because we don't know. Oh, you guys want to see? Look at how beautiful that is. I know. It's gorgeous. We're going to do the midnight snack with this one. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Joy. Okay, and then we're going to do... I think we're going to do the J in the midnight snack. Oh, no. Let's do Loch Ness, because that's new. And then we'll do the new... Ooh, do we want Ivy League or 4? I'll let you guys decide on that. Ivy League or 4 for the Y. Ivy League, one of those. I'm kind of leaning to that one because it's on the darker, but then it might be fun to be lighter. I don't know. But we're going to go with Loch Ness on the blue. And see, that pad looks pretty flat. So let's see if we can actually ink this up. Although, do I want to ink it up on there? Because we did such a good job inking it up the other way. Ooh, this one's got a handle. Yay! This one's got a handle. This one's got a handle. And then we need to adjust this because it's scooched just a little. It's got a nice green border that sits on the black border. It's very nice. Very well thought out to hold everything together. Be creative. Hello. Well, she's laughing. Not a hello. The hello is for Danielle. Hello. How are you? Okay. Let's see if we can ink the J right on the thing as it was intended. This would be a hack because it's intended to be inked like this. And if we're not getting the inking that we want, we're going to take it off because that's a hot mess. I would just like ink on the thing. And we can do that. We can do that. But now I need to clean that. Because we don't want that on our card. I think we're just going to ink it like that. Because unless it's a big plate. And you guys, normally this doesn't take this long. Normally it's just go to town and do the things. But we're having issues today. Look at that. Oh, and a hack for this, I taped another magnet to it. It wasn't strong enough. So it wasn't picking up the plates like I needed it to. So I taped another magnet to it and made it more magnety. That would be a hack. That would be an actual crafty hack. Just so you know, if your magnet thingy isn't magnety enough, add another magnet. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! It's so pretty. And we're going to get our inky fingers on there. Pull that off. And we're going to drop that right on there. Scooch. Oops. I just ran my fingernail through it. It's alright though. Sometimes that happens, but we'll clean that up. Clean that up. Okay. And then, because this is where we want it, or it was, there we go. We've got our thing lined up with the grid, and then we turn this the same way so that we're reading that. We plop that on there, and see, look at this. It's not touching, okay? So if you set it down wrong, you can pull it up. And then, did we pick? Did you guys pick? You guys didn't even pick, did you? No, you guys are terrible. I'll pick. That's it. We're going to go Ivy League. We're going to go Ivy League. Because I think it's in the same tone. And then here we go. We're smooshing it down. Stamper Girl Delise, how are you doing this beautiful... I almost said Christmas Day. No, it's Thanksgiving. But, you guys, and... I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. But it's snowing. It's snowing on Thanksgiving. It's not sticking yet, but we have fluffy flakes. I can't see. I keep looking at the windows, but I can't look out the windows. Are you ready? Look with me. Oh, look at that. And you see how dark they are? You see how dark they are, but they still show that overlapping? Isn't that... Oh! That brings me joy. Joy, joy, joy. Okay, that was beautiful. Yes, thank you. Ha-ha! We're going to get the little bit of blue off that we had there. And then we're going to ink up our Y. Why, you say? Because we can. Shut it! Shut what? Shh. Girl, we like the snow here in... Especially when the hubby doesn't have to work. And you're all home for the day. Let it snow and be merry. Look at that. Ooh, I know, right? I don't know if I need the extra magnety one. We'll use this one because the push button still works for this one. We'll try that and maybe it'll release a little bit better. Look at that. Joy, joy. But see how fast we just did the J and the Y? Make sure we can read it. Looks like a snowstorm. It's beautimous. Lake effect is happening. Jean, hello, hello, hello. Oh, that's nice, right? Okay, here it is. Our final. Well, not the final, because we need the other bitty bit. But look, ready to look with me. Oh, we got a little bit too inky. But that's okay. That's okay. It's still, look at how crispy that is. Oh my goodness. God, that's gorgeous. Ugh. I know, right? Yeah, see... Will we be able to ink that? Maybe. Put that in there. But then it releases because we have the button. We'll have to see how it works. We'll do it with the next one. Joy this Christmas season. Joy. May your holidays be filled with... Oh, may your holidays be filled with joy. Why? Anyways. And sending joy to you and yours. We're going to do sending joy to you and yours. And it gives you little areas to put them to. I don't know how we're going to ink these ones, but we're going to do it. Maybe get tweezers. then I think we're going to do this in the blue. I know, we could do it in the green. We could do it in the blue. We're going to do them in the blue. That might have, you know what? I know that's going to be too much ink. Hold on. Let me wipe that off because I think I over-inked that one by a lot. By a lot. By a lot. You guys, that one was pretty juicy. Let's try this again. I need to be able to get it with... I don't know. We'll make it work. Don't worry, guys. Oh, look. That wasn't too bad. I'm enjoying our hack. Then we're going to flip it and ink it. Does it have to be perfectly in there? No. Is it gonna be? No. But we like to make it look like it is, right? Okay, so that's there. This is going right on top. Again, with that at the bottom so I can read it. So I know I'm putting this down the right way because you could put it down this way. And that would be wrong. For me. Maybe you have yours that way. Just be consistent. Be consistent. And then, look with me. It's upside down. Oops! Oh, that was so perfect! But look at how crispy! Look at it! And then... I'm gonna mail it to somebody! Somebody's gonna get an upside down sending. Man! So, what happens when that happens? You've done all the work, and oh my gosh. We're a little upset. I'm not, because I don't care, right? Because shit happens. It's just paper. So, what can we do? What can we do to fix something? And we're like, I just ruined it! There's plenty of room for this thing that a lot of people don't like. It's called fussy cutting. Okay, you have this beautiful image. The space between there and there and there and there is definitely... Oh! Anna Marit! Thank you! You're so generous! Postage! Yeah, postage is going to be a thing. Let's grab our bigger scissors. Okay. I like these for thicker paper. And when you're doing the letter press, better press, there is a letter press that was made eons ago by We Are Makers, which I have. I accidentally broke it. But if letter pressing in general, you know, just like the people did back in the day, which some people still do, some companies do press in, they're using a thicker paper. And we use the thicker paper to get the impression.
Now, I don't have the shims on mine, so it's actually not pressing in, and that's fine. So if you're not using the shims, it's not pressing into the paper. It's just kind of sitting on top, and I'm okay with that. We put the shims back in if we want. So we're going to fussy cut because we messed up a little bit, but it's fun, right? We don't mind. And it's just one, right? It's just one. Well, in my case too, because we did. I'm showing you all the things not to do. Make sure you can read better press on your templates when you put your templates down. Because we messed up our first run, but that gave us an example to show, right? Because it stamped our O in the wrong spot, and then we showed stamping with, like, gluing it down. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Gonna go down. And here's the thing too. So if you're doing bulk, if you're going to do this in bulk, right? You're going to do all of the J's, all of the O's, all of the Y's, all of the bottom sentiment, and then all of the sending sentiment, or whatever sentiment you're doing. So if you put it down wrong in one, it's just one. You flip it over to the right side and you stamp it on your next one, and then you're only really needing to make one more for your set that you've ruined. And it's not ruined, we just had a little boo-boo. And we can do what we're doing. Fussy cut it out. I know some of you are like, no. And then some of you are like, okay, I'm on board. Because we like fussy cutting. We don't mind. And maybe you're like, oh, this is a good idea anyways. Because, you know, maybe I won't. Maybe I like this. Maybe I like this more than just pressing it into the paper. I don't know. But I do like the thicker scissors to cut the thicker paper. Okay. And then, because I'm a little weird. Yes, I do have an affiliate for Spellbinders. It is in my link tree. Thank you for asking. I sure do. I don't... You guys like Scrapbook. You guys like Scrapbook.com and Ranger a lot better, it seems. And so those ones get used really well. Spellbinders does not. But we like their stuff because, well, they work with Simon Hurley and Ranger. We like that. Sorry, my fingers are not grabbing. Why am I not grabbing my cut mat? Where is my cut mat? It's dark. It's dark. I can't see. But it should be. Yeah. See? I knew. It was right there. I found it. Don't worry. I got it. So then I'm just going to take...
Joy! Oh, that's weird. Okay. So now we've done that. So now what? Doesn't it look pretty? Ooh, you shopping while you working. Shopping while you work. Let's put the cut mat back so we can find it easier later. Let's put the knifey back. And let's put the scissors back. What? We're putting the things back. You betcha. So then we have Joy. Joy! Joy! So, ooh. Let's do this one. Okay. Right? Yeah, we're going to do this one. This one is a Pink Fresh Lush Vines hot foil. Now, I told you I haven't done the hot foil plates through this thing, but we're going to. So we're going to get our doodad, because I think Joy would be pretty on. Oh, look at that. Wouldn't that be just glorious? And if we foiled that, that would be super shiny. But maybe we haven't invested in the hot foil system, but we like the Better Press. I know your name. I just keep mucking it up. And then we're going to take that off, and we'll clean that later. We're going to leave that on there. We're going to put this guy in our A2 slot, like so. And then we're going to do the lighter green that I didn't get to do before. Yeah, that's 4. Because leave it to these ink pads to get in all the nooks and crannies. I don't know if it's getting all of the it's hard to tell. We're just going to trust the process. We're going to do our stampity stamp like so. And hopefully it doesn't get into all the nooks and crannies. And if it does, I do have 4 in a felt pad. We'll switch to that. And if you... the Stellar inks are not being released in the felt pads. The Stellar inks, the new colors, are only in the foam pads for the Stellar inks. If you want a foam pad, you just got to go buy a blank and then you make your own. So this might be a time that we really love our what's his face. So I'm going to turn this over so I cannot read it. Cannot read it. So I'm going to put this on here. You know what? We're going to put it on with a tiny bit of double stick tape. Because I want this to go all the way to the edge. And maybe not on that one, because that one was a little damaged. Come here. We're going to get another piece. Okay. Put a tiny bit of double stick tape on the back. It'll be fine, I think. If it's not, we'll reconvene. It's okay. So a tiny bit of double stick tape on the back into our A2 size. Flip. Stick it down. And here we go. Are we ready? I am nodding and there is no music. Nodding and there is, that's all right. It's all right. We make our own music. Spellbinders affiliate. Well, thank you. Thank you. Coffee. Coffee would be good. Hot chocolate would be good because actually that sounds really good. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down because we'll be done. We'll be done after this. Okay, are you ready? Well, I don't know why I put that away, because what if this is a hot mess? Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Now this doesn't have as much coverage, right, as, because this is foil. This would all be foil. So that's why it doesn't have as much coverage as the other things. Oh, that's so pretty though. Oh, that's nice. And look, we didn't get all of that inside stuff. Okay, all of that extra inky bits did not transfer over. Ooh, ooh. Would it have transferred over if we had those shims in there? Maybe. Now see that? It peeled right up. Okay. If you're not going to use this right away, say like you're mass producing, okay? If you're not going to stick this to your card base right away, we just want to make it not sticky. Okay, we're going to make it not sticky. Anti-static, anti-stick. Oh, look. It's... But look at that. Now, the fun thing, right? We're going to do something. We're going to get some water. And we're going to get a paintbrush. We're going to get a paintbrush. I don't have my paintbrushes there. So, hold on a sec. We're going to ask our friend Round Brush to come hang out with us for a second. I'll find my slipper. Is this going to work? I don't know. You guys, we're going to make maybe a hot mess. We're going to get that wet just a little. And we're going to... Oh, that. Oh, that's nice. Oh my goodness. Now, this is not watercolor paper, so we still kind of have to be careful. But you could totally use watercolor paper. And you guys probably can't see what I'm doing, but that's okay. Are you, cricket? Okay, we need to dry that. Are we plugged in? Yes, we are. Abraham!
Okay, so this is what the, we pressed it, and then we used, what am I looking at? My camera's doing weird stuff on that screen. Maybe I need to quit watching that screen. Let's go watch this screen because it's not doing it there. So we pressed it with a water reactive ink. Water reactive. All of Simon Hurley inks are water reactive. Okay. They're going to do stuff. So we pressed it and we spritzed it with water. Some of it didn't move as much, and it's just unique, right? We're gonna give a little bit of more fun to it. We're gonna give a little bit of this hot mess. What? We're gonna give a little bit of that. A little bit of that. A little bit of that. And again, this is not watercolor paper, but it is a thick paper, so we're gonna just be okay. If we'd have thought about this a little bit, we would have totally put this on watercolor paper because it's a thick paper. So it'll take the embossing from your better press very nicely. You can pretty much put any paper in there. Pretty much. But the best is going to be a thick paper. 100 pound or more. Okay. 80 pound I think is going to be the least poundage. I don't know how to say it. But 80 pound is the lowest I would go, in my personal opinion. I'm going to be reaching for my 100 pound watercolor, 120 pound watercolor. Again, if you're going thicker, you may have to take out a shim. Okay? So, if you're using a certain paper and it's working just fine and you grab a thicker paper, take out a shim. Just take out a shim. It'll be fine. I did all of this without any of the shims. If you find that you're stamping and it's picking up the inside pieces that you don't want picked up, take out a shim. If it's getting blotchy and patchy, but you're pretty sure you inked it up pretty well, add a shim. Sometimes we just gotta play around. Once you find the right sandwich for what you're working with, just crank them out. Again, I would make all of the card bases done, because all you got to do is ink, stamp, do all the O's, ink and stamp. It's totally up to you. Totally up to you. Abraham knows. Abraham so graciously sent me watercolor paper. But to be fair, Abraham, we did our stamping and then we messed up, and so I just was like, oh, let's do a background, and then I was like, oh, I should do some water effects because it will be gorgeous. And we're gonna chop this off with some trust fund. Trust fund. And look at that. It's gonna let that flatten out. It's so neat what paper does. Like, we were all warpy this way, and now just a couple of little spurts, it's like, oh, we're gonna bend this way. And then we're like, no, I don't need you to bend that way. We need you to be flat. Ugh. So lovely. Ooh, look at that. I know.
And another tip, okay, if your paper is super warpy and you're like, I can't have it super warpy. We don't want it super warpy. Okay, you're going to get something heavy. Heavy. You're going to flip your card over. I'm going to set this right here. See, look at that. Look at how warpy that is. Like, woo, we can just slide a hand in there. We're going to mist the back. Mist it. Something heavy. If your heavy is a book and you don't want your book wet, put a rag down. Put a rag down to absorb the water. Put a barrier. And then something heavy. Okay, while that's doing that, we're going to do this. You guys, we're going to do it. We're just going to do it. We're just going to clean it. I know. How did you cut yourself on the coffee? Delise! Oh yeah, color them with your gel pens. Absolutely. Gel pens. And if we had foiled it first, as it was intended, it's intended to be foiled. So this would be a hack, because we're using it in a way that it was not intended. Right? No. Me and the hack thing. I'm not happy with the people saying they're hacks and they're not hacks. I'm just saying. A hack is using it for something that it wasn't intended for. If it was intended, then it's intention, right? I leave her with one perfectly better press background and come back to a watery mess. Tell me you don't like the watery mess though. Isn't it gorgeous? Wait a minute. Are you, anyways? Okay, so we chatted, we wiped, something heavy. Look, we can't get our fingers in there anymore. It's not perfectly flat. If you want perfectly flat, you can run it through your machine. But look, it took out so much of that. But run it through your machine. You could squirt it again and flatten it again, or leave it longer, because this is not fully dry either. I can still feel that it's cold. There's still water in there. So if we just put the pressure on there longer, yeah, a bad paper cut from the bag of coffee. We need to put you in a bubble. We need to put you in a protective bubble. But look at all of that greenery. And because we pressed the ink into the paper, it's still where we put it. Okay? Even though we added so much water and pulled a lot of that out of there and then added stuff over the top. So we're going to get variations in that ink. And then we have that. Let's grab a card base. I'm debating on what color card base. Please hold. I don't like that. This one's one of my lighter ones. Get a darker one. Where's Jim at? Is Jim here? Oh, there we go. That's nice. Oh, say, oh, that's nice. Okay, we're going to put that on there. But we need to cut it. We need to cut it first. Thank you, Delise. I know, it's grungy goodness. On a beautiful Thanksgiving day, 5.5. I hope everyone is doing well today, my lovelies. Scoreboard. I know. We got craft for Jim. We have doing watercolor things on non-watercolor paper for Abraham. So he can judge me. 5.5 by 4 1/4, right? 4 1/4. I'm just going to get this other card base ready and then put it in my bin. So I have one. I'm going to put that away. Okay, and then we set this on here. Oh, wait, that one. Ooh, we got to trim that one. My brain is like, do we trim or do we decal? It might be too busy for a decal. But it might be pretty with a decal. You know what we're going to do? We're going to decal. And if we don't like the decal, we'll cut off the decal. The judgy eyes, right? I thought you'd like that. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. And we're just going to take a little bit off of one long side, one short side. And then we're going to go down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to see. We're going to see if we like the decal. Oh, we like the decal. I think we like the decal. Oh, that's nice. See, I said it again. Oh, that's nice. Decal! Okay, and then we toss that in the garbage. We get our glue. Say hello to my little friend. Yum. And then, because this has mica and all that shimmery goodness on there, we're going to place it where we want it. And then we're going to flip and press. That way there we can do this without mucking up all of our mica goodness. Okay. I really need better, because my craft paper, I think it's like 80. It says heavyweight, but it's not heavyweight. It's kind of a lightweight. Okay, and then the reason we made this is because we did our joy, and we mucked it up. We mucked it up a little bit, and we put sending. Sending was upside down. So we fussy cut joy. So we're just going to put our joy right on top of our luscious green background. We need to pop that up. We need to add some foam. We need to add some dimension. Which one do we're going to use this one. I think this one will do. So we're going to take this. We're going to take this. We're going to do this. We're going to get our glue scissors. Boop. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit on that little bit there. We're going to get our thinner stuff. We're just going to plop it right there. Plop it right there. And maybe right there. You guys, is it too much foam tape? If you think it is, sure. I don't think it is. I may have sent some heavy craft in the box that I departed. Oh, well, we'll let you know. And any mail that's coming my way, I'm gonna open it on December 7th. I'm gonna open it on my birthday because I'm gonna have a bunch of guests. I just want to spend that time with the guests. So if you have Happy Mail coming and you're like, hey, have you opened it? No, I'll open it on the 7th. And then we're going to plop this guy right on there. Joy, joy, joy. And then look at with our little poppy uppies. Poppy uppies. And the shimmer. Yeah, Delise is going to be live with me. Debbie J, Jana, Blossom. T's going to be our first guest on Monday, Pattern Paper Monday. T's going to be hanging out with us on Pattern Paper Monday, December 1st. So yeah, it's going to be fun, you guys. It's going to be fun. And then Jay and I will be live on his channel on the 8th and the 9th. And there will be giveaways there. So fabulous. You guys are fabulous. You guys are fabulous. For those that are doing donations, I just need a photo. So a reminder that I need photos, so I can show people what they're winning. Oh, look at it. I really like it. I really like it. Where's Jim? Jim's having a good Thanksgiving with his family. Aw. That's why he's not here. No. But there's that. If you guys need more entertainment later this evening, 7 or 8 p.m. I never am 100% sure on that. It is TikTok time. 7 or 8 p.m. on TikTok. Which, oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know. So on TikTok, Spellbinders, Alex Siberia, and Picket Fence in the last week have started following me over on TikTok. You still got my photos? Yes. Yes. If you sent me photos via Messenger, they are still there. Yes. We have them. We has them. I have yours and Abraham's. But yeah, look at that. Look at that. I enjoyed it. I think it's nice. And then if you want, I think I threw it away though. Because see, this is what happened. I put it on upside down. If you want, you can probably fussy cut that out. If you wanted. Yeah. Overreacher. So we could put our sending. We can still use all of the bits. Even though we put sending upside down. Once you cut it, it's no longer upside down, right? And that's where that was on that. So you could... Can I straighten that out? I cut it roundy, and I don't like it roundy all of a sudden. We got it. We got it. It's going to be half roundy. So we can still put those on there if we want to. Question is, do we want to? Do we want those on there? I don't know. Oh, you gave yourself a headache coloring the pine needles. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Those colors are glorious. And again, the Simon Hurley inks, they overlap. Look at how they're overlapping. Even with such dark, rich colors, right? Cats are weird. Cats are weird. You know what? We do want those. Let me glue these down. I like them. We're going to glue them. And then that'll be it. That'll be our card for here. On TikTok, I'll be coloring so we can just chat and have some fun. On that platform next month, the month of December, I'm going to be making Christmas cards every time I go live. They'll be for my next Christmas card release next year. I'll be ahead of schedule. It'll be fine. And I need to trim this just a little bit. So we're going to get these scissors because they do that the best. Oh, that was nice. It's down. It's down. Yay! All right, friends. Have a great rest of your evening. If I don't see you over on the TikToks, that'll be 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern. It just depends on how late dinner runs or if we get stuck in a movie. Because we have that. Anyways, but there's that. This is the new Love Bomb, right? Yeah, Love Bomb, Loch Ness, and Ivy League. Oh my gosh, why I couldn't spit that out. Those 3 colors. Look at how gorgeous they are. Even in their little Inca pads. That's what those are. Aren't they pretty? I know. Bye, my friends. And we will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. One crafty girl right here. I'm painting my eyeball. I'm going to work on my eyeball. So come hang out with me. I got leaves to do. I got cracks to do. And I got glue to put on so we can add some foil. We're going to add some foil to that. Yes, the turkey is in the oven. Turkey stuffing and green beans and probably mashed potatoes and gravy. Because we like the mashed potatoes and gravy. It's tasty. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanks for hanging out today. I'll send you out with some out music.